So you just pick any topic that you want to talk to. So it can be family, personal, hobbies, can be some random trip you took or your job, anything you
No,
want.
I'm gonna talk about juvenile detention.
Ah, good stuff. Okay, so we
I did two
yeah.
years of juvenile detention down in Florida, and
Wow.
just left DC. I just left DC. And dude,
Yeah.
you can only imagine
I'll
the
find out some
stuff
more about it.
that you go through, the things that you hear from these children. You know
Damn.
what I'm saying? Kids
Yeah.
are that were our age, 15, 16, and younger.
Yeah.
We had kids in there that were like 10 years old, 11 years old, man.
Man.
So yeah, that's what I'm going to talk about because that hit home a lot. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? It hit home a lot.
It's already
Sure,
recording,
let's get it.
so we'll just start here.
Okay.
So yeah, first I just want to thank you for participating in this, and my intention is to share information about what people do versus what we think they do, and I want to bridge the gap between perception and knowledge, as I believe the more we know about ourselves, the greater the things are we can accomplish. And I also just want to show off about all the cool people that I know, and I've just had a really good experience. Like when people I know meet other people I know, they just seem to get along,
Right.
and just part of that. And today we're going to have Ernest on here. And he's broken two records today. First of all, being like the person I've known for the longest to come onto this, and also the person who's come on the fastest. Like I sent him the request to join like I think like 18 hours ago. And he was like, "Yeah, let's do it tomorrow." And now we're here.
Let's do it. Let's
So
do it. Absolutely.
first question. So what's your name and the occupation and pastime that is going to be the subject we're going to be discussing today? And also how do we know each other?
My name is Ernest Dunbar, and basically we'll be talking about detention, juvenile detention, and I was an officer and a sergeant when I was in that field. And I've known, well, we could call him Rob, but
Yeah, that's my bad.
but known him from Whitman. He was a youngin, but bigger than me at that time. So known this guy for a long time. Known him for a long time since
Yeah,
high school, basically since high school.
yeah. I remember I was trying to tell one of my friends the story about how like you since my brother okay, so we were diplomats, so we came in there and we had some different customs as we were in the States. So kids normally go over to kids' houses. So me and my brother we'd go over to our friends' houses. But since I came
Yeah,
to Pyle, which is middle school, sixth grade, my brother went to Whitman, which is ninth grade. He was friends with
right,
Ernest and a bunch of people for years. And then I came up to Whitman. I was playing JV
yeah,
football. Ernest and Lewis and other people were in varsity, and then like eventually we end up going up the last game of the year. And they're like, wait, are you
right.
Nikuli? Are you?
Yeah,
And it's like
yeah,
they've been
word.
friends for
Yeah,
years, like really good friends for years, and we didn't know each other until like that time. Like it was wild, but yeah. All right,
yeah,
so
man.
we're gonna be talking about this. So the juvenile, we touched just a bit about this. So the first question to come into the actually things, like what are two to three things that somebody might like about what you did with the juvenile thing? Like if somebody's looking and this is a field they want to get into, or even what are two to three things
Yeah.
that you that attracted you to it as well, that made you think like this is something you should actually get into?
Well, it's the giving back your knowledge, what you went through as a youth. Also,
Hmm.
is the biggest thing. That was the biggest thing for me. And then actually from the kids, learning from the kids, like the different paths, unfortunate paths that they've taken to get to this point in life, unfortunately.
Yeah,
And also learning from the people that were there before you, the other officers and the other sergeants and captains and things like that. So it's a diverse, it's a very diverse field.
hmm
A lot of different people from a lot of different lifestyles. So it was and that's just down in Florida.
yeah.
When you come up here to DC, it's not very diverse. It's us.
Yeah.
It's us. Yeah, we're running this show. If you can imagine, Chocolate City for a reason.
Yeah.
Chocolate City for a reason.
So how did you get into this? Like, how did like was it something you searched out, or was it like recruitment? Like, how does?
Uh, it's funny because before I was actually doing the job I'm doing now, which is medical billing.
Mhm.
But I wanted to try something new, and I saw the state of Florida was hiring for detention officers. So I was like, let me shoot my shot. So I went in and sent my application or resume or whatever, and I sat there and talked to the sergeants and the commander at the time, and they just liked the way I came I came with the truth and
Mhm.
everything, and they I was hired within like a week
All right.
because they really needed people. And so it's something that I always wanted to do because of my background. I was with I was a troubled youth. So back in the day, so I just wanted to give back. So that's always been something I wanted to do, and I did that. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone now.
Okay. Yeah, that's good, man.
Yeah,
It's one of those things where it's like you wish it wouldn't exist, but then now that it does, what can
yeah,
you do to like
yeah. What
try
can you
and
do to
make the
like?
best out of
Oh,
a bad situation?
oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And that's a lot of those kids right now, man. A lot of them kids. A lot of them. Let's say a lot of them don't want to be there, but they put themselves in those situations because of the things that they grew up on learning
Hmm.
and thought it was right. And then some of them just got unlucky. They just got caught up at the wrong place, wrong time. Some of them. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big, you know, it's very broad spectrum when you're talking about how they ended up in that situation or ended up, where they are. Either it's a group home or in uh, detention itself or just anywhere. It's broad. It's very broad.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be tough because like in many things we've discussed so far in the series, me dealing with people who are like want to be there. Like the last one was one of my friends, like he was married. Of course, you want to be married to that person is there, but this
Yeah,
is
yeah,
a field where you're dealing with people who really do not want to be there. Yet it's
yeah, yeah,
your occupation. You're choosing to go there and try and engage these people. That's gotta
yeah.
be tough.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was tough at times. It was tough at times, especially when you're dealing with the kids that had mental issues and a lot of mental breakdown
Uh-huh.
because you're dealing with they it's not fully developed,
Yeah.
the brain. So you just a lot of kids, and like I was telling you, you're dealing with kids that are from the ages 10 to 15, 16, 17 years old, man. So it's like, and they're all packed in together. And they're all packed in
Uh,
together. They're just there. So, you try to break them up. It's age groups and stuff like that, but it's hard because you're not going to get a whole bunch of 11-year-olds in there. You're not going to get a whole bunch of 15-year-olds in there. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So, yeah, it's crucial. It's very crucial to put them in the right places too, though. Very
Okay,
crucial.
so the helping is definitely one thing you said that. Now, the next question is, what are 2 to 3 things that somebody may dislike about what you do? And
Oh,
yeah.
that's easy.
Okay, go ahead.
The fights,
Yeah.
just the fights, the animosity towards each other, especially if they're from different neighborhoods. You know how that goes, fortunately. Um, Another thing was just the mental, just taking everything in every day, trying to deal with what they're dealing with, and then try to deal with your own, situations if you had any. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that was like trying to separate the two was very, very hard. I mean, very hard. And other things is a lot of conniving people are within that
The
realm, and I'm
system.
talking about an adult.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the system. Okay.
yeah, yeah. So those are things that can deter you from really trying to help these kids. Those are things, yeah.
I can
Because you
imagine
you
it's
you
kind
can get to
of,
one,
yeah.
yeah, you can get to one, but five of them are already gone. So you're
Yeah.
like, you already know you're not gonna get to them. But the one you try to like focus on, But the five over here are always getting into something. They're always starting something. They're always destroying something. So yeah, it was kind of
This
hectic
is
sometimes.
like I'm already thinking in this situation. I haven't had the experience of being a parent, of course, but you can try to have some control over that environment and
Hmm.
who's around the person, where they're sleep. There's
Hmm.
other things, and in this situation, was this private sector or was it government related? But
No,
regardless of what it
well,
is,
government. It's government. Yeah, it is
yeah,
government because it's both ran the state. I was in the state of Florida and then the city of DC also. So
okay.
yeah, it was government. It was government ran. Yeah.
So there's all sorts of like bureaucracies, legislation,
Oh,
rules, and
absolutely.
ways like you might
Oh,
have,
rules and regulations.
yeah,
Rules and regulations. I'm going to quote the rules and regulations because nobody really goes by that stuff until the shit hits the fan. Excuse my French, but
yeah,
stuff gets really down when things start going crazy. That's when the rules and regulations come in. But other
yeah,
than that, like you're talking about 15 kids in one room and you only have two staff. So, you know what I'm saying? You're just dealing with what you can deal with at the time, especially when they start fighting,
yeah,
calling in who you can. And if there's nobody there, it's just you trying to break up 15 kids going at it. It's you and another person, if that, you know. Sometimes kids will be behind the door for days, for hours because we didn't have enough staff, because it's 7 to 1.
yeah,
So if you have 15, you're out of ratio if you have 15 because it should be 2 14, 2 14, two staff,
yeah.
14 kids out. So if you have that one, you're still out of ratio.
And with that ratio, like, just with like, what kind of study and math was done to like figure
Bro,
in that
don't
ratio? It's like,
see.
because like
I guess
seven,
they
10 year
felt,
olds who have only like one issue is one difference than like a
right.
mix of different ages. Three of them have severe childhood,
Yes,
adverse childhoods. The other one is just like nonverbal. Like that
exactly.
number is like they just we at least we hit the
Yeah.
seven, but
How do
it's
you
like
come up with that number? That's
yo,
like you said. That was above my pay grade. So when they came up, they came up with those numbers years ago because DC has the same numbers. It's like seven. It's like 7 kids, one staff. And I'm just like, yeah, I say 5 to 1. That's perfect. But the seven, yeah, that was a little bit much. So,
yeah, yeah.
but
Can imagine one parent managing seven of their own kids in an environment
yes,
they can control, in an environment where
go
the
right.
kids understand this person, this adult has authority over me. We
Yeah,
understand it's a
yeah.
struggle for single parents when they're by themselves in the wild, but then in
Hmm.
this sort of environment with specifically kids with challenges, 7 for 1 is that's wild.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
wild.
That's it's crazy. It was crazy, man. But you know, um, did it for we did it for what? I did it for about 2 years. Did it for 2 years. It was challenging. You
Man.
know, it's probably the when it comes to like any career path I've gone on,
Yeah.
that was the most challenging. Of course, you know what I'm saying? Because sitting behind the desk like I am now and just typing is not. I mean, it's not challenging. You know what I'm saying? You just have to put the right words in the right places and go from there. So, but yeah,
Man.
yeah,
Yeah, so
man.
how was that? How was that decision to finally like I'm stepping away from this?
Um, it was because of a kid. Bruh, you know me. You know me. I kind of sometimes I had a little temper. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
um, I was dealing with the kid in DC, of course, at the DC site, and I was trying to help this kid because he had like the mental, breakdown a lot. He had a lot of things going on in his private life or whatever. And I would always try to help this kid, take him outside, things like that. But he would always turn against me. He would always give me that negative, that negativity.
Yeah.
To the point one day we took them to lunch and I was just standing there and just watching, because you have to stand at certain corners, of course, at certain angles and things like that. So we're just sitting there watching. He comes up to me and he goes like this to me. And I got in my stance, bro.
Oh no.
And I was going, yeah. I was going to put this kid. No, let me not say that. But yeah, you know what I mean. It was going to turn into something I didn't want it to turn into. And if you strike a child within, within that realm, you're going to jail. So that's something I wasn't willing to do.
Yeah.
So I left. Yeah. I put in my resignation that Sunday. That was a Thursday, and I thought about it for about 2 days and put in my resignation that Sunday, and I was done with it. That was my last straw. Yeah, I didn't want to. I want to have a straw to break the camel's back because, yeah, I didn't want
Yeah.
to be that guy.
I mean, at least that's commendable with the restraint to just know you're putting yourself in a situation, that awareness situation. Because
Yeah,
this I think I might have sent you the video on Instagram. I just found this new channel where it's like you used to have situational awareness, and people just don't
yeah,
have situational
yeah,
awareness at
yeah. The
all.
dude that was standing there with the what was that? What animal was that?
I
I
forget
forgot what it was.
who is it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but anyway,
the car
it's
had
just
to
like
get in between. Yeah, yeah. I know exactly
it's
what you mean. I
this
know you.
general situational awareness is something that we don't necessarily have, and especially when you're now in that environment, I'm thinking you're probably
Yeah.
dealing with kids who have an overactive fight or flight. They're in situations where
Oh yeah.
they're not
Oh
trust
yeah.
their previous relationships with adults. He's projecting what he's had
Mm,
onto you.
horrible.
There's
Yes.
probably some of that where I'm thinking he's like, let me not even accept one decent person around because this is gonna end. This is gonna
Yeah.
be fleeting, so I might as well
It's
not even
bad,
have
right?
it's
If you think about
man.
that, that's sad. That's sad, man, and that's very hard to take in at times when you're dealing with a kid that's only 17, 18 years old. They've never had a positive adult to show them, what it's not even right from wrong, but what positivity looks like. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's it's sometimes it used to like really hit me hard, like damn. Because even when I was in juvie, like I had adults, my staff and stuff around me that were very positive, and I took to them. But to have a kid that doesn't have that, doesn't know what that looks like, and when you show them, they're still like they're apprehensive. You know what I'm saying? They're like, oh,
Mhm.
is it going to stay that way or blah blah blah? Because the first thing you tell them, if they do something wrong and you tell them they're wrong, all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So you have to be like, no, you can't say those words to me because you're my positive. No, 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 no. You have to know right from wrong. Also, you have to know right from wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
man.
um
So yeah, I
all
had
right.
to let that go. I had to let it go. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
never looked back. Never looked back. For
Yeah,
real.
do they have a system like, let's say, is that built in a system where it's like if somebody's been through juvie, do they have a way of like keeping in touch? Let's say somebody had gone through a successful, like you said, you went through and you took to the people in your experience. Are you still in
It's,
touch with any
it's
of the adults that helped you through that? Do they have that kind of system where you're supposed to just
um,
completely
just
break
one,
away? Yeah.
just one. Joe Sparksman.
Okay.
We follow each other. We follow each other on Facebook, on social media, and stuff like that.
All right.
He's one of the main guys. Some of the other guys I haven't heard from, but I have like friends who grew up with me in the system, so I still keep in touch with like Daryl and people like that. I still
Okay.
have friends like that. Dante. Do you remember Dante? Oh, yeah, I think you remember Dante Hayes, little short,
The thing
little
is,
guy.
no, that's Zach. That's I'm thinking of Doug. Uh,
Oh no, you did.
I need to
You
see a
think
picture.
I'm the short guy. Yeah, I'll send you a picture. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I'll send
I'm
you a
much better
picture
with
of him.
pictures than names. Like I'm
Yeah,
been
yeah,
moving
yeah.
around so much.
I'll
It's
shoot
like
one to you.
I gotta know somebody for multiple years, and the space in my brain for somebody's name just kind of gets shifted off.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Because
Yeah.
he came from, he was at the Baptist home with me, but he was, I think yeah, y'all probably the same, in the same, like class and stuff like that. But he was a little guy, but he wanted to play football. But I was like, yeah, I mean, you can try it, but I don't know. But yes,
No, football was fun, man. Football was good stuff.
yeah, yeah. Oh, well, of course, for you it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
you,
It's kind of true, man.
yeah, folks hanging off your leg and whatnot. They were like, yeah, they
Yeah,
were like,
that
yeah, we
was a
got to
bit of
bring
a
him up to
benefit. Yeah.
varsity. Yeah, yeah, we got to bring him up to varsity. There's no reason he's playing JV at all.
There could have been worse experiences, most definitely.
Yeah, yeah, facts. Yeah, right. Yeah,
All right. So let's
yeah,
let's
man.
let's go to the next question here. The next question is about like misconceptions, because like now this is something I could tell you a bit from my experience here. I came back and I started teaching in like being guest lecturer at a university here back in
Okay.
2012, and I was just going in assuming a lot of things about the kids, about the environment. Thinking about my
Mm,
background with anime and manga and having access to books, the way we were taught in like Whitman and Pyle, and then even going to
yeah.
college, small school in West Virginia, the teacher student relationship is way different in America than it was here. I got here
Oh, of
and I didn't
course. I
realize for
bet.
some people they'd never watched a cartoon before in some situations, or
Yeah.
they've never drawn because they're coming from the village and they're just in university getting credits. And
Yeah.
the adult and kids, the level of like fear and antagonism between adults and children is way different here than how we could just kind of shoot the shit with teachers back in
Yeah.
Whitman and
Yeah.
like other places
Exactly.
in the
Right. Yeah.
States.
It's different. I
So
bet.
I was
Yeah.
assuming that from my experience. And now you mentioned that a bit, like you had your experience in juvie and just also just going in from seeing it from the outside. What were some misconceptions you had about getting into then that you
Mis-
that were exposed by once you were in there?
oh, misconceptions is that
Yeah.
ooh, let me see. I got to think about that for a second. One of them was probably that every kid's gonna listen.
Okay.
Every kid's gonna listen. Um, because they're not. It's just what they're not. And every officer, every adult within there is a good person.
Yeah.
Very big misconception. Everybody's there to help. Nah, they're not. They're here for the dollar.
Yeah.
They're here to get to their next, get to that next level or something. Um, um, Another misconception was like the parents. Like a lot of kids' parents do show up,
Uh-huh.
especially in Florida. They showed up a lot because sometimes you go in there, you're just thinking, like, these kids come from broken homes or blah blah blah. Nah, man, we had kids in Florida. They're one of the kids' father. He bought pizza for all the kids in the whole center. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I say, it was very diverse, very diverse. Yeah, very diverse. Walking in, you had to like open your mind and your eyes to a whole lot of different things,
Mhm.
which was Florida, which was Florida. But in, like I said, in DC, it was just like, nope, yeah, this is what I thought was going to happen in Florida.
Yeah.
Like, unfortunately, like the broken homes, you know, the kids just don't care about nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, those were my misconceptions when I was walking in from what
Yeah.
I knew. You know, yeah, man.
What what are some things that maybe you thought like you wouldn't be able to use or relate to with your kid with the kids, but then actually they can relate to this or they can understand this or it's
Oh,
kind of
just
like
just the way that I speak.
yeah.
Sometimes with like the like some of them took to it and some of them didn't. And then speak my words very clearly.
Yeah.
I enunciate and pronunciate my words. So a lot of these were like, "Did you go to college?" I'm like, "No, I didn't go to college. I just know how to speak." So what is really crazy? The analog clock. They
Yeah.
learned a lot. That is crazy that they didn't know how to read the clock.
There's a
It was
podcast I used to listen to. I would still listen to No Agenda, and they were talking about how like kids can't read clock. Like, can you read clock?
yeah,
Like they can't.
wow.
Like
Like they
it's
know the
wild.
digital crap, they know the crap on their phone, but the
Yeah.
analog, it's like they were like, what's that? I mean, maybe two or three, but the rest of them had to learn how
Yeah.
to read the clock, an analog clock, which was, something that took me back. It kind of took me back. Um,
Yeah, because
but
we grew up at that transition, like
yeah,
pre-internet,
absolutely.
pre-computer age, and then
It
we
was
saw it
nothing
come
to
up,
us.
so we
Yeah,
kind
our
of
parents
brought it
was
on.
teaching us that before. Our parents was teaching us that before we even really got in school. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? That was like baby growing up learning from the analog clock. Because you had the digital clock because you had an alarm, beep, beep, beep,
yeah,
before the cell phones and all that crap. You know what I'm saying? So we grew up in that time. So we had to learn those things.
yeah.
So, but
Now it's like the
it
sundial.
just take
People just don't even use it anymore. It's like
right.
what is that clock?
I
Like, you
wouldn't
don't
go
even
that
use
far,
that
but
bastard
like,
anymore.
geez, I, that's crazy. Yeah, man. That's
All right.
amazing. But yeah.
Okay, so now from your experience working in this, what do you think
Mhm.
is an opposite job from being taking care of kids in the juvenile center? What would the opposite side of the job be? And part of why I asked this question is, first of all, just to think of an inverse of it, and also eventually maybe we'll get somebody in this series who's doing that opposite job that you have, and we
I'm
can like
doing the
have the two of
opposite
you
job
talk.
right now, brother.
Okay.
I'm doing the opposite job right
So,
now,
yeah.
sitting behind my desk, typing and, and watching numbers. That's
Yeah.
the opposite, the complete opposite. You know what I'm saying? I don't deal with any patients. I don't deal with the only thing I might deal with is sometimes insurance companies that I have to call and
Mhm.
get the money sent over. I'm in medical billing. This is sweet. I'm at home. You see what I'm saying? Look. The flag is flying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The flag is flying.
So that's
You
good.
know?
That's good then. That's good then. You've got the
Yeah.
opposite, but so you're not watching your sixes anymore. It's just different things. Well, yeah.
That part. That part. That part.
Because that's the thing.
Completely
Like
like
people don't
it's
understand. Like you
overlapping.
got to be aware because it's like it's
Oh,
yes, this is
yeah.
a child, but don't assume this is like your average 12-year-old. Like they
Exactly.
can
They're not.
they
When I tell you, there's kids in there that were 15 years old that they murderers.
they got bodies. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They literally like they were kids just walking around like it was all good. You know what I'm saying? So you're dealing with that. You're dealing you're dealing with thieves. You're dealing with kids that are eventually, unfortunately, going to be adults
Yeah.
and do the same thing.
And the weird thing is like is how divorced we are from history because it wasn't so long ago that that was a common thing. You know, like I
Yeah.
was just thinking on a great level, like Lindsey Graham was recently passed, and then they're sitting and they're honoring him. I'm like this guy's like in
Mhm.
charge of like having millions, like hundreds of thousands of people killed. But then you
Right.
think about it, like every statue, every president, every
Yeah.
leader in history has been in
They're the
charge
same person.
of really ending a
Mass,
lot of lives. Like
mass,
it's a common thing.
mass. Right.
It's a common thing.
Well, you
And
know,
then even just average people, it's like back in I think hundreds of years, not even World War II wasn't that long ago, but even you go like maybe a few hundred years ago when you were living in that kind of nature, when you were out in tribes and all that, people were fighting and killing each other. It
I'm
was like a regular thing.
exactly. Bro, I'm from Liberia.
Yeah.
Think about it. The Liberian War.
Yeah.
You know, that was not that long
Was
ago.
General butt naked in Liberia? Or was that somewhere else?
Yes.
Okay.
That is Liberia, my brother. Yes. He is
Some
definitely
wild stuff.
the
Yeah.
Liberian guy. He the guy. He one of the guy. He's still alive. Yeah, the guy. Yeah. Now you're a pastor. Yeah, the guy a pastor now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got his own church and everything. Can you
And
imagine that?
that's true. You in the past you used to have to kill a whole bunch of people, and then you were the president, then you were the king, then you were the leader. That's how it was.
Yeah.
You killed a bunch of enemies,
Just
then you're the husband, then you're the father. That was a common thing. Yeah,
the takeover. The takeover is just real. That's just what it is. If you can survive whatever happened, you're the next man up.
that's wild.
Unfortunately. It's wild. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, yeah.
so I mean, some of these kids are adjusting to their environment. I have this one thing like, unlike everybody else, I'm not unique. Where it's like
Mm.
I was thinking, if you get like 100 kids with a similar background as Michael Jackson genetic makeup, and you have them live his life, like 60 of them will be kind of like Michael Jackson. Then a few of them
Yeah,
won't, and then a few of them will be worse. But Michael
yeah.
Jackson was
You
not some
definitely
oddity.
won.
He just happened to have a very unique life. But most people put through that life would be like Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like, man,
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Some of these kids, they're coming from generation of this. It's generations. You know, grandfathers, grandmothers, mothers, fathers, cousins, uncles. It's been it's what they know. It's all they know, unfortunately.
yeah,
So so like
some
me
heavy
sitting
stuff.
here and reading, Messenger and, you know, typing in little words here and there, making my quota, whatever I have to do is completely different, bro. It's,
Yeah,
I still have the shirt just to remind me never to go back.
yeah.
But yeah,
No, it's a good
this,
reminder though. I mean, it's out there. It's good
that,
to be aware of some of these things. Like
oh
that.
yeah,
That's another thing. Like I completely took for granted a lot of things in my life. Like I remember getting to like West Virginia and just looking into like Whitman and Bethesda and that area because I was assuming that like because shows like
everything was
Popular,
changed.
shows like other shows look were like similar to kind of the environment in Whitman. So I was thinking that was the average schooling, average childhood of America. But then I
Oh,
realized
no,
it wasn't. Whitman was like top 25 public schools in the nation. Montgomery County is
facts,
like the
facts.
wealthiest county in the nation. I'm like, yo, so most of the people have a way worse environment. And we saw some of this
Yeah,
when we go travel for football. You go to like certain schools. I want to like drop the
schools,
name
you're
in
like,
paint
dang,
branch. You go search schools and be like,
right,
yo, what's going on in this motherfucker?
right,
And that's still like
exactly.
the top county. So how much worse is it for like people in DC in the hood?
Right. Yeah.
Like,
PG County. PG County's crazy.
yeah,
DC was different. You know what I'm saying? And like most of DC, I mean, you only get maybe like maybe the northwest side and maybe some side of southwest that are good. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? That are good. Of course, you got
comparatively,
stuff
yeah,
over there like 16th Street. You know, the area like that. You're gonna have the better parts closer to the Silver Spring side.
yeah,
But once you go into once you go to like look at Howard University. One of,
yeah.
you know what
That's
I'm
a
saying?
weird thing about the
HBCU is
states.
one
There's
of the top
many
HBCUs.
top universities in some really tough areas. Like, what is that all
Yeah,
about?
yeah, I don't know. I guess the land was cheaper.
Yeah,
Sorry, I didn't
maybe,
mean to say
yeah,
like, I guess, you know what I'm saying? They put them in the hood, man. They really do. They put it in the hood, man.
man.
But, you know, I'm just glad to have actually done something I've always wanted to do
Hmm.
when it came to giving back. Because I've had some kids, like when I left Florida, some of the kids, they called me, told them that, you know, they had got out and they appreciated me and all that
That's
stuff.
nice,
So
son.
that hit good. So that was, you know, that's a positive thing. So I'm not gonna
Yeah.
knock it. But if you're willing to try it, do it. Do it for as long as you can. If you're going to go, if you want to make some good money,
So first and only break. Thanks again for Ernest for coming on this. Getting that feeling of a bit disappointed in myself for not having done this earlier, not having spoken to Ernest about just many things in his life earlier. We were just talking before this about how like his oldest daughter is what it's like at least 10 years older than I was when I first met him. So it's just this thing where you realize like, man, like most of my friends that I met back high school and middle school are older than their parents were when I met them. And that's wild. They've been doing a lot of things, so definitely we'll have Ernest back on for more things. I want y'all to also participate in this. Take the I Know Great People thing. You can actually come on. You can come on with me, but you can also go to iknowgreatpeople.carbon33.com and you can check out the questionnaire and see if there's something you'd like to start doing with people in your life. There's a text version of it. You can do an audio version. You can do a video version. And I will set up the system where you can actually send them in and I'll post them if you don't have a place to post them yourselves. If it's a text version, you just send it to the blog and we can post it up there. But if you want to do audio and video, I'll figure out that system out for that as well. Or if you have YouTube or if you have other things, there's already a YouTube channel. We can be posting the videos up there. I'll figure out the audio thing and a version of that for a podcast version. But if you have a channel already, just start your own threads of I Know Great People and just add I Know Great People, the YouTube channel, as a collaborator. Send me the links. I just want to get this project up and built, and yeah, just a lot of other things will come from this, which is like a subset of the storytelling platform network thing that I want to create. Okay, back into it.
yeah, there we go. All right. It's like keep turning it off.
Oh, one thing I still remember from way back in school is like Tony Main, the ice
Oh,
cream man, Tony. Who said
yeah.
Tony Main that way? I don't know. It was like I remember just waiting for the ice cream. So I was like Tony Main. No.
Who
That
said
was
that?
something else. That's something else. I think I'm
Yeah.
missing. I'm mixing that because like there was Tony was the name of the ice cream man, but I had a friend in West Liberty. He was from DC. He went to DC Dunbar. He actually was good friends with
Okay.
Vernon Davis. I don't know if you remember Vernon Davis. If you
Oh yeah,
remember
of
when you
course. Yeah,
recollect that guy.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Tight end.
my friend Aaron was good friends with him. And he called someone Tony Man. It was a story he was telling me about. But another thing that was tough with them was like I remember going out to West Virginia, small town West
Mm,
Virginia, having worries and it's gonna be the country as like that kind of
yeah,
stuff. But no, it was chill.
yeah.
I went out there. Um, because I went to D2 schools to kind of do the trials. And I remember going to like the school where where Coach Lazier went to, which was Shepherd, but then like it was in the same league as that one. But anyway, so I went to West Liberty. I had some friends from DC come, they football players from DC. There was one of my friends, DeLorean. he came up from DC and he was back in DC for a break, and he
Mhm.
was out with some friends, and I guess his one of his boys had some issues, gang
With
activities
somebody.
and whatnot. So they went to a club and they got in an altercation in the club. Apparently, DeLorean and other people got back in his friend's car, drove off, and those people were like, "Okay, that's the friend's car. We know his car." Someone stopped in front of him. Someone stopped behind, machine guns, killed the
Oh,
dude. And like back in West Virginia, people were like, "Are they gonna catch who did this?" And they're like, "Dude, DeLorean got shot at 1 in the morning or something. Like he was probably like the fourth person shot that day. Like they're not gonna find these people." And it
yeah,
was really hard for the people in West Virginia who hunt. They have guns. It's part of their culture.
yeah,
But
yeah.
the
Facts.
last time
Yeah,
somebody was shot was a domestic violence incident like 5 years before in that area. But
yeah.
at the
See,
same point, if that happened, like they know who did it. Like,
who did it?
but
Right. Yeah. Small.
that weird part about America is like something that I don't think people really realize how strange it is. It really is a United States where it's like different places, it's like states, different
Different
countries, not
things.
even
Yeah.
just different regions, different areas where it's like you move a few blocks this way, you're living a whole different life than like
Different
a few
place. Yeah.
blocks this way, you know?
Exactly. You're right.
Like,
Oh, you're absolutely right. If you just look at, I mean, like I said, DC itself, it's with the 2 blocks can make a difference if you live or
yeah,
die. You know,
yeah.
it's crazy. It's crazy, man. And it's still happening, which is the absolute.
It's
And
still
with
happening,
all
yet
this
you,
technology and all this technology that we have, and it's still
yeah,
like it still happens, and nobody gets caught.
it's a damn shame, dude.
Hmm. I don't know if it's a shame. I just think it's a setup. I think it's like,
It's a guy at that point. It's like it's not. You can't say it's like complete. Like things can
yeah,
be done. Things should be able to be done
yeah,
because you like you're
yeah, but
saying in
they're
the
not.
same
Yeah,
exact area, a few blocks this way, it's being done.
come on.
So why is
Yeah,
it a few blocks this way? It's not being done.
it's not because you know what it is. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not. I'm not going there with it.
Yeah,
But it's always because it's
we'll
been
get it.
like that.
Yeah, we can come back
Yeah,
for more in different ones. Okay,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so this is also about learning. So are there any courses, classes, or any things that specifically helped you learn how to adjust once you're in it? Like when you went in, what was the training beforehand? And then once you're in there, what are the things you learned in there? And also, this I think
Um,
is very important is like, how many things were they open to you suggesting? Like, I have learned this from actually talking to the kids, being there, and let's try to, you say it's a process. So it's
mhm.
like, how can you, yeah, what were the things that you thought worked? What are the things that helped you work things?
Um, the training was pretty good, especially when it came to the physical part, like takedowns and all that stuff. That helped a lot.
Going MMA
Like
and whatnot.
with us,
Yeah,
no real talk. Like with us being like bigger guys,
yeah,
so you when you're coming in, they going down. You know what I'm saying? So that helped a lot. With knowledge wise, with like um things we worked on, like learning by itself, learning, brain wise was like, I mean, you don't know until you actually see it. You don't know until you actually hear it. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying? You have to. It's hands on. That's a hands on job, brother. It's a hands on job. So they had little things here and there that they would show us. We went through training. You have to go through training for like 3 weeks or so before you actually go into the mods with the kids. But once you get in the mods with the kids, that's when you're learning the most. You're learning the fastest.
yeah,
So that's how it was for most of us. You're gonna learn a lot. Now learning from the kids, you learn how how to move, how the kids move. You know what I mean? Like it's jail, man.
yeah,
It's jail. It's jail, bro. It's like they like you can feel the tension
yeah.
sometimes.
I can
You can
only
feel the
imagine. Yeah,
tension. You know what I'm saying? Like when things are going good, they're going good. Everybody's playing cards. Everybody's, chilling, talking. But when it's real quiet, you can like literally feel the tension in the air. So you have to be like on your P's and Q's. Like it's to the point now to this day when I'm outside and just in around public,
hmm
I stand on the wall. I do
Man.
certain things. It's training your brain. It's like it's muscle memory now for me. You know what I'm saying? So like the way I walk, like my eyes are always
Scanning.
moving. Yeah, my eyes are always moving, man. I feel like a freaking AI, or I feel like a computer every time. My eyes are always like, what's this person doing? What's like I was on the train yesterday. I was on the metro yesterday. Sit all the way to the back. I've always done that. I sit all the way
Yeah.
to the back and just watch everybody's movements. Watch everybody's movements. So those are things that you learn. The kids will let you know, hey, look, this is about to happen right now. I don't know what exactly, but this is what's going on. Some of the kids will let you know, especially if they mess with you. You know what I mean? Especially if they like you, they'll let you know what's going on.
Man.
If you don't get no information, you're just in the thick of it. It's going down. It's going down. Sometimes, but most of the time, you're aware because, like I said, the tension's in the air. Kids
Yeah.
don't know how to hide that. Kids don't know how to hide that. They
Most
don't.
people don't. Most people don't. Like unless you're
Yeah.
like actual sociopath. It's the fact that people are
Yeah.
blind to
So
that. We're just blind to that. It's
yeah.
something that we've just
Hmm.
fallen out of actually being aware of. But it's
Exactly.
there.
Right.
Yeah.
You know when things about to go down, man. But
Man.
yeah, yeah. But that book stuff, it does nothing. It just gets you to the next part of getting behind those doors with the kids. You know,
Yeah.
they get to that.
So your suggestion, let's say your suggestion to somebody, if you set in suggestion, if somebody's like, I'm trying to get into the corrections officer at a juvie, what would the suggestion of how to prep yourself, what to do?
I'm open-minded,
Hmm.
especially when it comes to the people that you're going to deal with. Not just the kids. I'm talking about the adults, the
Yeah.
trainers,
The
the
system.
different commanding officers. You know what I mean? Some of them are cool, and some of them are just like ah. Some of them are a-holes. Some of them, a lot. There's a lot of females in it too, so they use their power.
Try to
They're going to use their
overcompensate for certain
power.
things in certain ways
Yeah,
associated with
so,
like
you know what
smaller
I'm saying?
dudes might, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, so being open-minded, um, uh, being teachable. You're going to learn a lot.
Yeah.
You have to learn. You have to learn, bro. Else you're not going to make it a month or so. Because these kids, they'll come down on you, man. They'll talk that shit to you. Blah, 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 blah. Blah. You ugly motherfucker. You get this, and that. This. I'm like, you ugly too. Look at you. That's why you sit behind that door. Oh, yeah. We used to go back and forth. But
That's
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 how they
that's another
know.
weird thing though. Like we were talking about how like you can enunciate, you can be clear with your terms, but then like
Yeah.
this is one thing I've noticed from moving around different places. See, black culture it's like they're so good at like cutting people down and dissing people. So it's like
Yeah.
if they could take that allocution to other things, they'd be able to do. But still,
Yeah, it'll be great. Yeah,
it's
it'll
like
be the greatest. I mean, but yeah, no, but like I said, you have to learn.
yeah,
You have to be approachable. Some of these kids are going through a lot and they want somebody to talk to. You
yeah,
have to be approachable. So those are
that's
the
tough, man.
top three things I would give to someone if they because I I would have loved when I was a sergeant down in
Hmm.
Florida, I would have loved someone like you guys to be there with me. We would have ran the whole thing. We would have took over. Like real talk. Because like, you know, we're very intelligent black men. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to me, you, Lewis, your brother, like, you know what I'm saying? People that we know,
Hmm.
so, but
Yeah, no, that's.
yeah,
And that's a tough thing. Yeah, it's just trying to figure out like how you build up a system because that whole idea like you shouldn't work with friends. I think that's bullshit. That means you have shitty
yeah,
friends. Like
right,
that's
exactly,
all you're
exactly.
telling
That's
me.
what it is.
Because like
Like,
if you have good friends, why wouldn't you want to work with them? Because you'd be
want
able
to
to
work with them,
communicate better. You'd be
exactly.
able to deal with things in a
Thank
better
you.
way. So yeah,
And you're more understanding, of what like in a situation like that, we know what we're about to do. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to have that type of camaraderie when it comes to that. Like I said, you have 14, 15 kids, and it's two of y'all. What the heck you gonna do?
and
You
that could
gotta
be
know what
something.
this next person's doing.
How much you think the kids are lacking that idea of just like it's not of a even this experience we had in football was like a healthy team where it's like me
Mhm.
as a running back, I don't really need to know what the wide receiver is doing
The other
in
person
specific in the
doing it. Yeah, yeah,
backside. I just trust the guy enough that he's doing this,
yeah.
and if he does his part, how much is that kind of
Yeah.
thing lacking in just many of the kids in juvie who just don't have a good, healthy team environment of like corporation? Not doesn't mean I have to agree 100% with this person, but we can work
They don't have none. There's no
together
trust.
on one thing.
There's no trust unless they're from the same neighborhoods.
But that kind of trust, that's not even
No,
the
not real.
it's
Yeah, you
something
know what
else.
I'm saying?
That's like
Yeah,
happenstance of birth. You know, it's not like you both
yeah,
decided to be
exactly.
part of this thing and build it together.
Right. Yeah, not in there.
Yeah.
Right. But no,
Yeah, that's tough, man.
there's nothing they kids don't trust their parents. They don't trust us. They think we're police, just like the police that's outside arresting them. So there's no trust there. You just have to, like I said, you have to listen and
Mhm.
build some type of rapport. Just build rapport. Like if you can get like even the bad ones,
Yeah.
if you can get a rapport with them, the rest of them will fall in line. Like if you got two kids that really run the mod and you get a rapport with them, they're like, "Oh, Dunbar, hey, let me holler at you," or blah blah. The other kids are watching. The other kids are watching, and they're like, "Oh, they
That's
talk a
that's
lot."
that's good. But it's also kind of
Yeah.
very sad in the other aspect because that shows they're looking for that. They're willing to have
Yes.
some sort of
Yeah.
organization. They're willing to have some
Exactly.
hierarchy, willing to have some structure, but it's just lacking. Yeah, man, that's tough.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's crazy. But like I said, it's jail.
Yeah.
It's jail. You got to
Yeah, we
have some
call it
type of
juvie,
structure.
but yeah, it is. It is, yeah.
No, come on, man. We do call it juvenile detention, blah blah blah, but
Yeah, but you might
it
as well
is what
call
it is.
jail adult detention.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
what it is,
Yeah,
yeah.
pretty much,
Yeah.
man. We had 18-year-olds in there. We had 18-year-olds. We had shoot, at one time we had a 20-year-old in there because he had still had juvenile charges. Still had juvenile charges, carrying weapons and all that stuff like that. Yeah. So these kids are living adult lives, but they're just young. You know, these kids are really
Yeah.
hard. They are. They really are, man.
Now,
Crazy.
now we'll move on to the most important question. This
Hmm.
question there. And is it, do you like cheese? And if yes, which kind of cheeses do you like? And if no, why you're a horrible person? Unless you're lactose intolerant, then I give you forgiveness for that. But since I know you're not a horrible person, what kind of cheese do you
Really?
like? Let's talk cheese a bit.
Mozzarella.
Yeah.
Mozzarella.
What's your favorite
Yeah.
mozzarella dishes? What are your favorite sort of mozzarella
Oh,
dishes?
anything like Italian. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like just the noodles and stuff.
Okay. Have you
Mozzarella.
had burrata?
No, what's that?
I'm gonna
That's
send you a
cheese.
link of this. It is the most amazing thing because, like, when I first got to the States, I thought mozzarella was like cheese sticks and stuff like that, or like the stuff you
Yeah,
put on pizza.
really.
And then, like, when I left school, my mom's was ambassador in Italy, so we went there. And there's this thing, the buffalo mozzarella. It's like this circular thing. You know the slimes off of like Dragon Quest, like the game, like where like it's blomp blomp blomp.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of looks like slime, but it's like white. It's just like made out from water buffalo milk, and it's just this sack of cheese, really
Oh,
soft cheese. And then the burrata is a different one where it's like there's strips of cheese inside the sack with cream, and then you cut it open, and then it
oh
falls
my
out. And
God.
oh my God, it's like heavenly experience.
What is it
I
called?
know you can find a burrata. I'll send you a link to it right after this.
Yeah,
Burrata,
gotcha.
find it, enjoy it. You get like with some balsamic vinegar, some olive
Yeah, yeah,
oil, some black
yeah, yeah, yeah.
pepper. It's
Dope,
oh man, it's heavenly.
dope, dope,
You will
dope.
thank me for it. Definitely find it. Ask Will about it. He's had it.
Yeah,
He'll tell you.
right.
Yeah.
Gotta check that
And
out.
another thing I suggest you try is also halloumi. Halloumi is like this like it's a harder cheese where you can fry it. You can fry it like on a pan, so it's like it doesn't melt.
Oh,
So you can do many
oh wow.
different things. You know, you can roast it. If you do barbecue, you do some barbecuing up on the grill at all?
Yeah,
Grill
yeah,
master
yeah, of
stuff?
course.
Yeah. Get the
Yeah.
halloumi, you put slice it in little things. You just it's excellent. Those
Mm.
two suggestions. Okay, so last question. Anything else you want to add about what we were talking about or earnings? You said the earnings. So what are the earnings like and cost benefit analyses like time wise? You're probably not having
Jeez.
a lot of take home work with something like this,
No,
I'm guessing,
no, of
but
course not.
so it's like the
You're trying to
hours
get
on the
rid of it.
job and then
You're trying to
yeah,
get rid of it. You're not
yeah.
trying to take that stuff home at all because it will affect your home life. When it came to, oh man, you're making over $100,000, especially
Oh
because of
Jesus.
yeah, six figures because you're doing a lot of overtime.
How
So
many
you don't
hours a
have no
week I
time
think you're
home.
working, yeah.
Ooh, sheesh.
And you got people missing shifts, so you got to like go
Um,
in and whatnot and stuff like that.
yeah. So you're doing it's 8 hour days. I mean 8 hour regularly. So you're doing the 16s, 18s at times.
Hmm.
So in a week, so if you're going to do 40, you can get like 60 hours a week,
Jesus.
70 hours a week. Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's stressful hours.
So
It's not like
yeah, It's not like you're
your
chilling.
brain is not like off during that time. It's like
Not at all. Not at all. You're there. So like I work night shift. I'm going into the morning shift after 6, after 8, after 10, after 12. That last
man.
hour, you're like, Jesus,
You
I
read
need
the
to go
clock.
home.
You read the
And then
clock.
you
You're like, oh god,
turn around and do it again.
man.
But the money's great. But stressful. It's very stressful. It's very
Yeah,
stressful. Yeah, but and benefits are great. Benefits are amazing. And that means,
yeah.
it's government benefits. So
You got to, and you got to try to get people there. Otherwise, like,
yeah.
yeah,
Oh, the turnaround was easy. It was a revolving door.
yeah,
Like he was like, I ain't dealing with this. I'm out. I'll stay for a little bit and I'm gone.
yeah.
There, yeah. It's benefits are great though. Benefits are
Okay.
great. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So I guess that's the end of the main questions. Now, these are just some last three. Do you have any questions for me? Anything about what we discussed, or just anything in general?
No, we good. We good. We talked about that
Yeah, I'm
before we
really
even
glad you
started,
came
man.
on, man. It's
Yeah,
good to
me
see you
too,
again,
man.
big
Good
bro.
seeing you, dog. For sure. No,
Like
absolutely.
we'll definitely have Ernest on for more of these different things.
Yeah,
Okay. So do you
appreciate
have
you.
any other
Appreciate
questions for anybody else who might be participating in this or who heard you talk about this today?
Oh, no, not really, guys. I
Okay.
appreciate y'all,
Yeah.
taking in some of this stuff. If I curse too much, I
No,
apologize, but
I think
so
we're equal in the curses. I think I did a few times. I did, man. We're good. We're good. We're adults here now.
fact. Yeah, yeah, fact. Yeah.
All right.
So
I'm
it's
looking
all
for
good.
one thing here. Where is it? Okay. So now the last one with this project where it's like this is a question out to all y'all who are out there who are listening. If you have any specific questions for Ernest about this topic or anything else he's mentioned, send them in. And then the next time he's on, he's gonna have the option of answering one of those questions. Or he might just come on and talk about that again. And also if you just have random questions. So for you right now, I got these random questions. My Will gave me these for my birthday some time
Of
back.
course you did. Of
It's like
course you did.
hypotheticals.
Hypothetical.
So
Of course
like,
you did.
have you heard of them?
No, no, but that just
Okay.
sounds like him. He would do that. That just sounds
Yeah.
like something he would do.
So if you're down, I can pick one of these and then I can read it now. We can either answer it now or you can record the answer and send it in later if you want.
We can answer it now.
All right. So pick a number. I'm gonna let me get a few cards out.
Mhm.
How many cards do I have here? One, two, three, four, five. All right, I got five cards. Pick one. A number. One through
Four.
five.
Four.
Four. Okay. So the fourth.
Oh, Lord.
Okay, this one is called the porn painter. Let's see.
The what?
The porn painter.
Okay.
Okay.
Porn? Okay.
Yes, yes. Corn, yes. Um, okay. You need to have the inside of your home painted. A thorough online search of available professional painters indicates that one candidate is especially ideal for your needs. He has earned high approval ratings from past employers and is relatively inexpensive. However, when you contact him by phone, he mentions one strange detail about his work habits. He insists on watching pornography while painting. Don't worry about it. I don't masturbate to it.
Oh,
I just
shit.
like it. It's just for entertainment, he says. But it's the only way I like to paint.
Nah,
This
nah,
being the
nah.
case, I will need to use your DVD player to view my personal collection of erotic films while at work.
No, sir. You already know where this is going. No, sir. Not in
I
my
will
house.
also
I'm
use your
good.
cable services to purchase on-demand pay-per-view pornographic
No, brother.
movies.
This
But
is
I will
no.
itemize any movies I watch and subtract the cost from your overall bill. Do you employ
Mm,
this pornography enthusiast in your
He's
house
a lie.
later?
Hell no. Hell to the no. Damn.
Yeah, me neither. Like for
He
me,
ain't even
like
coming nowhere.
I'm okay with adults. You can do the porn if you want. It's not the
Yeah.
best thing to do, but house painting is also very relaxing. Like, do you remember was Coach Wallach there when you still were?
I don't think so.
Eric Wallach, he came in after you left, but he was a coach there. Then he ended up coaching. I think he's still coaching in Damascus. He was from Damascus, and then he
No.
became the head coach of Damascus. And they had like really winning seasons. So he was a coach there, and then he started like a blue chip painting. So in the summertime, he would do like paint. He would paint and power wash people's houses. And then me and Carl Ulrich, who was way after you, because he was a freshman and I was a senior, so it's like
Yeah.
way beyond. But we he would hire some of us and we go paint houses. And I do that. It's so relaxing when you. It's like very. it's a very fulfilling sort of thing because like you come into a house, you see kind of dank things, or you change the colors, and immediately in a few days, it's like you see the results, and you know people are going to live inside there. It's something I'm
Yeah,
suggesting if you are need to have your house painted, try to do it yourself or hire people and work with them. It's such a
yeah.
good experience
I'm
to
not.
actually do
I'm not hiring no porn guy. I'm not doing no porn painter. No. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I already know because I've done.
it.
I've done painting before. I've painted before, so yeah, it definitely is. Especially when you see the outcome. You see
Yeah.
the outcome of it. Yeah, for sure.
All
Yeah,
right. Well, well, that's it, dude. Thanks a lot, bro. Like
no
seriously,
doubt, brother.
thanks a lot.
Yeah,
I've
man.
I've been really just encouraged by this. I wish I'd started doing this earlier, but
Yeah,
just the energy I've felt just talking about this. The topic is tough. I'm feeling the tension
yeah.
just from it already. Just trying to like
It's a lot. It's a
sympathizing a
lot,
bit with
man.
you about how your experience must have been in that. And
Yeah.
man, I
It's
think the
like the
closest things
biggest.
like I've seen was like the Wire. Did you see the Wire at all? Was that a
Yeah, of
is
course.
that
Yeah.
how
Oh,
accurate
yeah.
is that to like the life in the actual those
Mhm.
places?
The kids.
Supposedly, it was said it was a
I
pretty good
mean,
show that was accurate enough.
yeah, it was good, but I mean, the kids probably lived like that. The way that show is,
Yeah,
the way the show is.
man, that's just
But
rough.
like just being in jail, there's probably the. They can't do. I don't think they've ever done them. What's the name of that Rock movie? The movie with the Rock. He was a football
Standing
coach.
tall? No.
No, he was a football coach, and he was in juvie, and the kids were playing in juvenile.
I don't
Ah,
know.
gee, I forgot of it. I forgot the name of it. But um, yeah, I'll send it to you. But it's like that. It's because they don't have a lot of movies out there with when it comes to juvenile detention. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Like you can think about other movies, like other shows that
Yeah,
prison. You know, they have movies like that that really show you some type of aspect of it. But there's nothing like juvenile trying to get these kids
yeah.
to get back, and their brain is just like still growing.
And that's a tough
That
thing. That's
frontal
a tough
lobe.
thing when you see and you're like, dude, this is probably it. Like, man,
Yeah,
that's tough, man.
yeah, yeah.
That's
That frontal
tough.
lobe is no, yeah, it's nowhere. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's
All
good.
right, man.
Good stuff.
Despite
For sure.
the tough topic, the
Yeah,
heavy topic, thanks for coming on.
no doubt,
Yeah.
brother.
Anything else you want to say to the people before we check out?
No, man, it's all good.
All right.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate you.
Yeah, you
You know,
too, man. So,
yeah,
guys,
man.
gals, and
Good
everybody
thing.
else in between, goodbye.
Peace, brother.
All
We'll
right.
talk soon.